Okay, so nothing has exploded yet. I am pleased. This is a great success. Now then, we need to remove this designation so that we can, in fact, build out about that long. Not quite that long, though. So we want to copy. Let's go as far as the ramp starts, sure. I think that's about right. Yeah. Perfect. Then, from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can kind of cap it off at the top. If and we particularly want to. I'm not sure we do, though. Let's do this a different way. There we go. And then a corner. It's very hard to see the ghosted image now. I think that's about right. Yep. Go, and I'll have to do the same down here as well. Okay. Oh, Isham Gamer, thank you very much for that gift bomb there. 10 gift subs. Diolch yn fawr iawn. I play the game U-Boat sometimes. On occasion, I find myself inspecting enemy ships and finding tea on board. I always think of Aavak when clicking the plant explosives button. But in a good way. I wouldn't want Aavak to explode. Just the tea. What? Very well. I think. I guess. Maybe. Let's get all that built quickly. We should have plenty of Unity to do so. Fruit has been unlocked. We're now working on hydrogen production. Do we have all of the materials here? Yeah, all required cargo is loaded. Alright, let's get out there. Let's get this mine on the go. And then finally, we're going to have bunches of limestone available at all times. Hit People Guy, thank you ever so much for the gift sub, mate. Hey, Aavak, when playing roguelikes, do you ever get frustrated at how far back you have to go? Or do you always have the fun to fail mentality? Always have the fun to fail mentality. Every time I fail, it just means I get to start again and improve my the build. I mean, is that to say I don't get frustrated at how I fail sometimes? No. I do absolutely get frustrated at how I fail sometimes, especially if it's like a dumb reason. Like, I wasn't paying enough attention, I was too tired, I shouldn't have been playing. Like, when playing a roguelike, or any game in fact, where the penalty of failure is, you know, the end of your character, I try very hard to have like a mental checklist of, like, before I do anything, is this a safe thing for me to be doing? You know, what are the dangers involved in taking this action? If it isn't a safe thing for me doing, is it a way of me achieving the same outcome but in a safer way? And there's a long mental checklist depending on how, you know, how dangerous the situation is. But ultimately, like, my catch-all, the last item on the checklist always is, am I, how to phrase it? Am I all there? Am I actually paying attention? I guess is the best way that I can put it. Am I actually with this right now? Am I distracted? Am I tired? Am I don't know, over caffeinated, drunk, whatever? Am I in any... Is my decision-making capabilities in any way impaired right now? That's kind of where I end up. And that, I find, is a very important question to ask. That one has saved me from a lot of failures in the past. The answer to that is... No, I'm not all there right now. I am distracted. There's a lot going on. Then come back later is basically my my modus operandi, I guess, at that point. So, okay, that's fine. But let's not play the game right now then. Let's play something else. Because if the consequence of not being there right now is I lose my entire character, that's kind of a shitty way to die. You know, I've had, like, you know, very long-standing characters in certain roguelikes die to me just being distractible. And it's like, well, that was annoying. That character, I've had this character for, like, you know, 3 weeks or something up to this point, you know, just playing in small bursts here and there, and just to lose it like this, instead of encountering some sort of situation where, you know, there was no way out, I was going to lose. I don't care about that. That's part of the fun of playing a roguelike. Dying because I did something stupid, like I didn't consider my inventory, or I tried to do something when I didn't have the correct items available to complete it, and thus, you know, basically I wasted a couple of turns, and those couple of turns mattered in the end. That's annoying. But I never really get annoyed at the game winning, if that makes sense. Yeah, exploding zombie with grenading, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Yeah, I know exactly. Well, to be fair, though, I didn't realise that it was a martyrdom to grenade. Aavak, I think you're out of water. No, we're not. It's just certain things are. Groundwater is fine. Like, this is my industrial water supply. It's just this one is out. Like, almost always. But as you can see, there is water in there. And whilst this is low, there's still water there. Right, limestone quarry fully repaired. Now we're like super low on workers. That's unfortunate. Have we expanded our population? We have. How quick is our population growing right now? Not very much. Population could grow in size if there are good conditions and enough housing. Growth can be reduced by disease and pollution. I mean, my mouse is drifting for some reason. Maybe I should pop on growth boost? I could do that, sure. State sponsored Snoo Snoo. Let's go. No, I'm not going to ban condoms. I'm not going to take people's choice away. I'm just going to incentivize making the choice I want. Think of it like some sort of devil's bargain, okay? Or, you know what? Think of it like the Cenobites. Solving the lament configuration is not what summons the Cenobites. Desire is what summons the Cenobites. If you don't want it, then solving the puzzle is just solving a puzzle. You know? You've got to be invested in this decision. You've got to make that choice. We can't make that choice for you. No. Rejoice. Make choices. Let's upgrade that one as well. And yes, I did just compare having children to summoning the Cenobites. I know what I said, and I stand by it. The only roguelike I can remember outright deciding to no longer play after losing is Dungeons of Dreadmore. This was because, at the time I did play it, the game had several bugs that had outright ended a run or two. I might one day go back. That's fair. It's not our hands that call us, it's desire. Indeed. Well, you're summoning something, that's true. It sounds like a fair comparison. Chat, I love you. No, not X. C. Cenobite. Think Hellraiser. Literally think Hellraiser. That, you know, Pinhead is one of the lead Cenobites. Okay. Now, let's go and have a look. We're now back up to having workers. Let's go and have a quick peek. We're producing 36 every 60. 18 every 60. I think we need more than 36 every 60. Let's have a look. How much do we consume? Each one of these consumes... my mouse, why? Mouse, stop being bad. I need a new mouse, badly. Okay, so, each one of these is consuming 3 every 60. Okay. That'll be the same for copper. Well, copper will add basically a third component to this. So 12 every 60 here. Is there anyone else that we're using limestone in particular? Yeah, down here. Ooh, yeah, we're actually using a lot of limestone. So, no, we're not going to be able to get away with even 36 every 60 seconds. We need much more than that. I think we have to upgrade it to the next level. So, let's crack on with that. Upgrade. At least it's not going to take a hell of a lot, but... let's see. Is there anywhere we could get to... Yes. Head on out. Do a little bit of fighting. Right. Reduce ship speed. Because you're going to be able to pick up a lot of limestone once you go. Let's just let it build up. We've got 925 years worth of limestone there. I think we're good. The Cenobites came when the girl, Tiffany, in the second movie solved the puzzle. Yes. Yes, Butterstring. Solved the puzzle, but weren't interested in her for the reason Aavak mentioned. They were very interested in the original girl, though. That is true, yeah. It's because she desired something. She didn't strictly desire the Cenobites, which is the interesting part, but she was desiring her father. She desired to help her father, to save her father. But the Cenobites have... Leviathan is basically... Leviathan embodies order. But even within order, there is some wiggle room. There is some wiggle room. For example, one of the Cenobites in one of the stories redefines what the puzzle has to be. Because it doesn't need to be the lament configuration. Any puzzle can stand as the portal through which the Cenobites can enter the world. Doesn't strictly need to be that particular puzzle that is being solved. Oh, I'm going up. There we go. Which is always an interesting one. But the Cenobite in question... again, because any puzzle will do, there are rules. Again, Leviathan is basically a god of order. But one of the Cenobites uses a particularly loose definition of the idea of the configuration, of a configuration that is solved, and effectively takes what is, in effect, an impossible birth. You can sort of think along the lines, if any of you are familiar with like Angel and all that. Angel's son was an impossible birth that was made possible to facilitate another birth that should have been impossible becoming possible. I'm trying to be as non-spoilery as I possibly can be here. But the Cenobite in question basically took an impossible pregnancy and defined the embryo as solving the configuration towards life, eternally desiring and trying to solve the configuration towards it sustaining its life and remaining viable as the configuration through which it would be summoned. So that Cenobite could basically created a portal through the mother that it could just use whenever it fancied coming to the real world to do whatever it wanted to do. For as long as that mother remained pregnant, the embryo was consistently and eternally solving the configuration of life, thus, and desiring to solve it, more importantly, thus facilitating the rules by which a Cenobite could be summoned. It was quite an interesting story, that one. I have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, mind-bendy Cthulhu-y stuff. Let's just bring over everything. Whomp. Still low on copper, but it is coming in. What is the hold-up, though, in particular? Is it acid? No, it couldn't be. We've got plenty of acid. But I would actually suggest reading Cenobite, the Cenobite comics, rather than watching the Hellraiser movies. I mean, the first 3 maybe. The first 2 definitely. But don't watch all of them because they really start going off the rails. But I would 100% recommend the comics. The comics are really solid. Now, this is housing 130. I can't get rid of that without making a bunch of people homeless, sadly. Alright, time for me to turn off growth boost. And... we'll upgrade this housing. And as soon as that is ready, I'm going to delete this one. Well, I'm not watching the new Hellraiser. It looks like it isn't too bad. I haven't actually seen the new one. So just to walk back my previous statement, I haven't seen the new one at all. So my comments are more based on the sudden... Like, Hellraiser had a sort of resurgence of popularity for a little bit, and just a bunch of, like, straight to like, streaming service Hellraiser movies came out that were not very good, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my feeling on that one. As I recall, in its most broad interpretation, a strong enough desire to do any given exceptionally hard thing can allow a Cenobite access to our world. The puzzle box is just designed specifically for that purpose. That does it very well. Yeah, there are broad interpretations of it, though in quite a few of the stories, it is like there are procedures, and Pinhead is very exacting in those. Because that, again, Leviathan is effectively a god of order. A twisted god of order, but a god of order all the same. And so, breaking procedure doing things in the wrong order, bending the rules are not things that Leviathan particularly looks favorably upon, and by extension, his abbot. Though I think there's a couple of times when basically Pinhead rebels against Leviathan. I haven't had the opportunity to read any of those books, though. Right. Starting to fill up. Now then, let's have a look. You're too strong. You're definitely too strong. We've got another oil rig down here. Too strong, too strong. We have got the uranium mine over there. We've also got... What? The ship is being modified? Oh, the ship is being repaired. Fair enough. Aavak, mysterious, very mysterious. Every fuse for the house's lighting tripped, but none for the other fuse. Concerning, very concerning. There was a period where any successful movie got turned into a franchise with a crap ton of straight-to-video sequels that were almost universally garbage. Yeah, that's probably true. Food is not good for some reason, and household goods are not good for some reason. Why? What are we lacking for household goods? Glass. What are we lacking for glass? Nothing. Curious. Yeah, this is going strong. I mean, I could set up a second one and produce twice as much, I suppose. That wouldn't be an awful thing to do. Yeah, let's do that and actually have well, we could possibly have another two, in fact. We've got all this room to play with. Let's move that down a bit. One, two, one, two, one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Draw that down. Right, I'm going to have to nix some of this for the time being. And we'll Unity build, or Unity unbuild as the case may be. Yeah, it's definitely start with a Hellbound Heart if you have the chance to. I absolutely agree with that recommendation there by Demonworks. Now this requires 48 sand, it requires 12 limestone, so limestone can come down on a regular belt, that's fine. But the sand is going to need to come down on a level 2 belt. And the salts can also be on a level 2 belt. Sorry, on a level 1 belt. So, let's go for level 1 belt here. Actually, let's make this a little bit easier for me. My bad. Do this slightly different way. Salt, yeah, in there. Down there, there we go. And then this one would be a level 2 belt. Not the usual way that I build this kind of design up, but it'll do. And how much acid do we need? We need 12, which is a regular pipe, can easily handle all of that. Let them out of the way. Ah, damn it. I did the thing I always tell people not to do. I banked into a turn. That's so much easier. Why was I overcomplicating it? Alright, there we go. And then each one of these is producing 48, so we're going to need... I could actually have 2 regular ones, but at this point, I think... makes sense to go into a tier 2. Though realistically, I could just have each one of these be a tier 1 instead. Then only become a tier 2 at this point. Yeah, that makes sense. And then... once that's all up and running, I will add in more glass furnaces. I think I can make 2nd level glass furnaces right now. Okay, so I know cats are usually actually super deathly allergic to citrus, but they also usually really hate cucumbers. What? What's the goal of this game? Well, currently it's... like, because it's in early access, it hasn't finished off the tech tree yet. But currently the last tech that you can do, and usually what people perceive as the end goal, is to launch a rocket. But what you can't see anymore since the alpha days is what tech exists after the rocket. It's all the way up to like wormholes and mining asteroid belts. But they cut the tech tree back to only what was implemented in the game, because previously you could see all of the planned tech, but quite a lot of it was, you know, coming soon sort of stuff. They felt that it was more aesthetically pleasing not to have a bunch of, like, you know, coming soon, so you're looking down and then getting disappointed when you can't actually research this stuff. But the premise of the game is basically post-apocalypse. Whatever cataclysm happened, whether it's just straight up climate crisis or something else happened, the world is flooded, and we're just trying to survive in it and make and kind of rebuild. Currently, the end game, though, the point where people would say, okay, you've won the game, and what's left now is for you to just enjoy and do whatever you want. You know, you can completely terraform an island, you can do all kinds of monuments and stuff. That would be... at this stage, you'd go on to, like I say, just sort of build up, terraform, make the island ever more efficient, unlock more contracts and stuff beyond the rocket launch. Once you hit the rocket launch, you've more or less done everything that you could feasibly do. That's goal-orientated, that is. Right. With that, though, time for us to add in... honestly, let's just copy this. Yoink. put them here. In fact, I kind of want to copy the whole thing. Something like that. Yep. How much is this outputting? Yeah, tiny amount. It's fine. 6 and 6, yep. That also works. Might need to rebuild that one though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rebuild that one. Annoying, but oh well. Let's delete that. What we're gonna need in here is connector going this way and up. Should have been possible to make a connector there. Oh, it can't have two connectors right next to each other. Right, of course, yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to shift all of this to the side then a little bit. Oh, let me cut that instead. And then cut this in particular. Get rid of it. Now then, I want this to go straight up. Well, actually, first I want to connect this one up to this one. Like so. This straight up there. Like so. And then this across to it. Oh, actually, cancel that. I'm going to need to make sure that this branches up by one first. There we go. Then exactly the same over there. There we are. That should handle everything. And that up. Now then. A little bit more awkward. Do. That. Move. Now, how much coal does this need? Yeah, we're still fine to run off this single line. Coal goes on the outside on each one. There we go. Everything hooked up. Right, let's get this built bit by bit using Unity. We're using a lot of Unity at the moment, so I do need to be somewhat careful with it. Right, how much is it going to pull? We're going to need something stronger than a single belt. Each side only having a tier 1 belt is fine. Because my... actually, I'm going to have to upgrade this one as well. Because each side can easily carry the 48 that I need. Get all that done. This. Get all of that. Oh, we're actually doing well. Okay, I think we're... Yeah, we no longer have the components for those. So it's just a matter of waiting on those. Unpause it. Wrong pause. There we go. Done, done, and done. Okay. Let's have a look. Happy Festivus, Aavak. Hope your holidays have been as grand for you as streams have been for me. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. Are you serious? Thank you very much for the 15 months, mate. If I wanted to spend $30, should I spend it on this or Factorio? Ooh, that's a difficult question to answer because it really does depend on what you're looking for. Very much depends on what you're looking for. Also, my lord. How much can we consume? Consumption of 144 every 60 seconds. We are stacking up. It's going down slowly, but... you know what? I need this to be a stronger belt, I think, is the issue. There we go. We just weren't getting it in there fast enough. And this as well. There we are. Perfect. My lord, that was worrisome. But on the plus side, this is going to give us a lot more recyclables now. I love the digging in this game. I actually really enjoy the digging in this game too. Really enjoy the digging in this game. Just the mining in general, honestly. Right, we have finished over here. So it is time once again for us to move you up. Out the way. Here we go. Thank you. And now I need to bring this over. Out there. Ah, damn it. First, I need to remove the designation here. All the way to that point. Then I can copy it. Remember how I said the really important thing that we were going to have to work on once I got back from tea break was going to be getting copper ready. I remember that too. That was a good dream. Beautiful dream. Wonderful. Wonderful, beautiful dream. I'm gonna pop these there, and hopefully we can get them all built. Does look like we can. I will then delete this one, and it is gonna be a painful one because it'll probably destabilize these, but we'll see. Oh, actually, that being said, no, that's one of the nice things about rock is so stable. Stable in its position, and that is. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Making it look right is important to me, chat. Shush. There we are. Now we can have the ramp down just be here at this point. Just take it down to this layer. -10 is where we need to be. Yep, -10 is indeed where we need to be. At that point, we just mine that out. We've now got a stable access point. Might be worth it for me to build up a retaining wall on this side and then fill it in so the ramp is a little bit more consistent. And that's something we can definitely do. We'll see. Aavak, I must turn in for the day. Early rise tomorrow. Have fun streaming. Oh, thank you very much, Appetite Kittens. You have a good sleep. Yeah, Satisfactory have released the update 7 to main branch, yeah. Have we got enough cargo ready? we haven't even started trying to. My bad. I mean, I could upgrade this to be a higher level belt. Or all of these to be higher level belts, I suppose. How much do these produce? It's 24 every 60. Yeah, so the 1, 2. The third one needs to be upgraded. Which means all of these then need to be upgraded. All the way around there. You need to build them? Each one of these requires 12. So actually all of that would have fit within a single regular conveyor, but oh well. It's done now. You need electronics though. How is the electronics production on the, going? It is not. Why? That's fine. Copper is the issue. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm being bit in the backside by my own laziness. I know what the problem is. I need to fix it. However, what I could do is I could put the copper manufacturing area down here rather than up here, because that would save me having to deconstruct and reconstruct it. And there is a lot to be said about that. An awful lot to be said about that, actually. But ultimately, this is what I would want, a system similar to that. Shall we redesign it from the ground up, chat? There's a part of me that thinks we should. And if we're going to do that, ooh, I am so tempted, chat, to build it down here. And then just dig into the mountainside. I mean, I'm enjoying this kind of the steps kind of open mine feel that we've got going on there, but it is a lot of work to do it. Chat, I need your help. What should we do? Can I just have 2 areas for copper? Yeah, that one and one down here. I mean, oh, do you mean like having 2 big ones? I suppose I could, but I would rather where I set up... Well, we're probably going to be moving it later regardless. Let's be honest with ourselves. So I don't think that would be too much of an issue. Yeah, I wish it was a kind of elevator as well. But we were going to have a like switchback to get down into the crater over here, weren't we? I suppose for the time being, I could simply expand this.